Hi guys, I'm Moritz from Raven, and last week we just released the version 0.5 with some big improvements and changes, and this video will really just be a quick run through the biggest changes so you guys know what's up and to give you a little bit of an orientation. So right here I have as an example open a Ladybug script that does dynamic shading and runs an analysis over it. Now, if you're not familiar with these kinds of things, your coworker might share one of these scripts with you, which brings me to the first change that we've added to Raven, the new feature called the Ask mode. So when you open up Raven, it will give you the same familiar interface as before, but in addition to editing scripts, you can also activate Raven's Ask mode now, which will inhibit it from making any changes in your script. You can rest assured that everything stays the same, but Raven can look around your script and understand it and explain it to you. This is also a great mode if you want to make a plan with Raven about your problems without Raven constantly trying to already make a script, and you can just discuss a plan with Raven before you go and implement it. So I'll put Raven in Ask mode and I will ask him, what does this script do and how? And now Raven also has some new tool calls that we've added in the background, which allow it to navigate around the script and only look at the nodes that are really relevant to the current context. This will make Raven much better at working in large scripts, where in the past it used to sometimes just delete the whole thing, and now it can pick out the nodes and like subgraphs that are relevant to it and only look at those at a time. We've had great experience with bringing Raven into existing scripts using these new tool calls, and we're looking forward to your feedback on how it works on your end. Here you see Raven did a couple of tool calls, and then it came back with an overview of how the script works, and now I can of course ask more questions and really go in depth. This is a Ladybug script, which means Raven probably needs to have some additional information for this plugin, which is used for environmental analysis and architecture. So the other feature that I want to talk about briefly are the context profiles. So if we go into our settings, there is now a profile drop-down where you can see there are different versions of Raven that you can use. Now, these profiles are really just giving Raven more specific information about a certain more narrow workflow. Since Raven is a Grasshopper agent for everything, these context profiles make it much more of an expert in specific things. For example, you can see we have official context profiles already in the works for doing a masking study, for environmental analysis with Ladybug, Detector Live Link, and Rhino Inside Revit plugins as well. Now if I activate the official Ladybug context profile, now Raven has additional information and also Grasshopper scripts that you can draw from for my Ladybug workflows. If you're interested into learning more about the context profiles, we have a whole video out by Max from a couple of days ago that is really a deep dive on how you can make your own context profiles. Another little change from the last version is you can now deactivate plugins instead of having to activate them, which is also down here in the settings. So those are the biggest two changes. We've added the Ask and Edit modes and the context profiles. Of course, there are some other smaller things like bug fixes, or you can switch between fast and smart modes, which means Raven will take a little bit more time and heavy computation to solve your harder problems, whereas the fast mode is really about a more sort of iterative flow where you go back and forth with Raven a lot. So if you have hard problems, don't worry about sending them to your smart model, and otherwise, in our experience, it's best to use fast. Of course, that's totally up to you to set whatever you want. So those are the biggest changes in this version 0.5. And in the Ask mode, allowing Raven to look around your script and zooming into the parts that are relevant to it, and the context profiles, which is really opening up this whole community effort to build and iterate on each other's work to build these like more specific agents that are specific to whatever your workflows are in Grasshopper. Now, if you want to know more, have like more specific release notes, for example, or want to talk to us about context profiles, want to join the effort of one of them that's being developed or anything like that, please join our Discord. We have a lively community there, more than 300 people live streaming, using Raven there, discussing, exchanging prompts and best practices. So really looking forward to seeing you in the Discord. And as always, we love hearing from you. Please reach out and let us know how you're using Raven and how we can make it better for you. Thanks.